Hi, everyone. Everyone who chooses to join me. Hello. In today's description box down there, I've linked to Marisa's video talking about all of the stuff that's gone on in the past week, including Doug's passing, including the antics of some of the people in the chat when they decided to go all Lord of the Flies on us. And I think it's worth a watch. She was Doug's friend, and she is able to see clearly. And her ferocity, hey, Hef, good to see you, babe. Her ferocity as his friend, hey, Red, has strengthened my resolve to keep the video up that I had put up when things started going really badly in the chat, condemning them and their actions, calling them stalkery. And I got a couple of nasty comments. A couple of people said that they thought I was lecturing them or I was scolding them and they weren't here for it. Okay, bye. Again, it's not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. You gonna go? You know where the door is. But her ferocity at defending her friend, I had been thinking about, whether or not I should take that video down. And I'm not gonna, because it states what I believe. It's not nice. I never said I was a nice woman. Never. So, Marisa. Yeah, Marisa is she's if you look in the description box below, I've linked to her post. Hopefully it worked and I did it correctly. She's known on YouTube's as Diane Ethics because she's fucking clever. Ooh, I dropped an F-bomb right before the 3-minute mark. I'm not sure how that works. Oh, right. I don't have to worry because I'm not monetized. I don't have enough subs. Yeah, so I'm not making money off of this. It's funny. I was having a discussion about this with Hef earlier. And it's been on my mind lately. One person has asked for my address because she wants to send me a gift. Another person has sent me a gift, which I got today, which is amazing. And some of it I will be. Kia ora, Amanda. Hope you've been to the shops already, my love. Got you dinner? Some of which I will be unboxing here, some of which I will be using here. Just to show you guys all what a gua sha really is. It's a skincare thing. It's okay. But I was chatting with Hef about this earlier because I don't ever want people to think that I'm trying to capitalize off of Doug's passing. When I first went live by myself that night, it was as kind of a distraction technique, as a, hey, you know what? Instead of just going ham in Doug's chat, how about we come over to my house? Let's come over to my house. We can ride bikes and we can play Trouble and we can do whatever and we can have cookies and maybe we can distract ourselves instead of making each other crazy and spooling each other up. And the people who chose to remain in that chat were spooling each other up. For sure. And that's all I meant to do. And as I've been going live pretty much every night, not only has it been easier for me, but I also find, as I think Reese has found, that having these conversations is really good and it's really grounding and it's helpful not only for you, but also for me. I received an absolutely beautiful email today. And if you're the one who sent it, you know who you are. And we talked about the concept of giving not from your cup, but from what overfills from your cup and from the saucer. And, you know, that's a mentality that I've really had to embrace since I was working in recovery, because I wanted to give so much. And I know that there's only so much that I can give before it starts depleting my ability to give to anybody. So I really had to embrace that. And you guys are helping fill my cup to the point where it's overflowing and I have enough in the saucer that I can give to you back. So that's been on my mind. You know, with the gift that I received in the mail today, and with the gift that there was another person who offered to send to me. They offered that last night. And again, I don't want to seem like I'm here to capitalize off of the loss of a friend and a massive source of information and perspective that we otherwise would not have had. I don't want to feel like that. And I never want to feel like that. I admit I'm a little bit Petty Crocker. And when I was rummaging around on YouTube in the analytics yesterday, I did see another channel that I was pretty close to in subscribers. Wasn't quite there yet, but pretty close. And I thought, you know what? I'm not here to capitalize. I don't expect to get enough subscribers to even monetize. And that's okay, because I'm here having real conversations with real people. I see y'all in the chat. I am reading everything that you guys are saying as I'm speaking to you. But I'm not going to lie. I would feel pretty fucking good if I surpassed this other person in subscriber numbers, which is petty as hell. And I understand it. I know that, and I own it. Can't help it. I've admitted it. I've admitted it now publicly on the internets, and we all know that the internet is forever. So, now granted, there is some truths about the internet that are incorrect, such as there are no women on the internet. Well, that's fucking wrong. But yeah, the internet is forever. And oh, Amanda Beaumont. I hit if I hit 5, I'll be even with that person. And if I hit 6, I'll be 1 ahead. So, yep, that's me. Get me a wooden spoon. I'm fucking Petty Crocker, man. Cheers, bitches. And I say bitches with the utmost of affection. I also say it because I know that about 90% of the people who hang out in my chat are female. And everyone is welcome here. Female, male, indeterminate. Gender is a social construct, so I don't really care. Hell yes, you're my bitch. Amanda Beaumont, you can subscribe multiple times if you have multiple email addresses with which to do so, as far as I know. Maybe Toby and Sebastian can subscribe. Ooh, maybe they can. You better be my bitch. Damn right. Damn right you're my bitch. Hell yeah. Kim, my Minnesota sister. Does that make you a Minnesista? Not a mini sister, but a Minnesista? I think it might. And also, I have a really, really good friend who lives in Hibbing, and I can't type it just like that. There's a lot more B's and a lot more I's because it's all Hibbing. So now you know what I think of every single time I see you type Hibbing. I see Hibbing because that's how I type it to my friend who lives there. So. I've only been to Hibbing a very few times, actually. Once was when we were doing a little tiny regional tour of the Nutcracker when I was with the Duluth Ballet back in my misspent youth. And the last time was up to see my friend who lives up there with her man and her daughter. And she and I trauma bonded because we were working together in the recovery facility. And then she met her man, and I had to go up there. I had to visit with her. And I was with, hold 1 minute, caller, BRB. Okay, standing by, Amanda Beaumont, standing by. The person I was with, the partner I was with at the time, things lined up just perfectly. This woman that I worked with, who is still a very good friend of mine to this day, when we would go out after work for dinner, which was everyone else's breakfast time because we were night crawlers, worked overnights. Hey, love it. Good to see you, honey. So we'd be going out at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning to find dinner for us because we'd been working since 11 o'clock the night previous. And then maybe after we found a food, we would go to the mall or something. We would go hunt Pokemon, whatever. And people would always mistake us for being mother and daughter or sisters or something, but usually mother and daughter. We're not related. But in theory, she could be my kid. And in theory, the guy that I was with at the time, the first time we got together, if I had gotten knocked up when we were dating, specifically on our first date, that offspring would have been the same age as my friend now. So she was convinced that I had found her dad because, again, it was somehow, hashtag not actually my kid, hashtag but actually my kid. Also, her parents are crap, and neither one of them really prepared her to function in the adult world. So, I kinda took over, but I also she's described me as a walking Tumblr post, and I kinda dig that. I take it as a compliment. Um, and I did then, too. I introduced her to K-pop. She got me hooked on Green Day. Yeah. So, I got her into the Saw movies. I'm sure she's had other influences on my life that I can't quite name right now just because my brain is muddled with the events of the last I mean, who am I kidding? Since the end of January of last year, um, my life has been kind of an epic trash fire. So, you know, I'm unable to pick out a whole lot of specifics right now, but she is important to me. She's important to me. Um, and she lives in here now with her daughter and her man. Okay, now back 122. Amanda Beaumont, you're the fucking best. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, I said in the title that this was pizza, package, and a poof, which could technically be 2 packages. Um, Mom had a 50% off coupon for JCPenney, and the futon that I'm sleeping on is very firm. Very, very firm, which my doctor has determined is not real good for me. Retired red. I really fucking hope so, girl. You're coming out of the trash fire. There's an ending out there. See, the problem is every time I see an ending, it winds up being an oncoming train. And that's just the way it's been for the last 2 years. Actually, 3 if I count the panini. And I kind of do. Yes, JCPenney still exists. Love it. Yes, it do. We actually have a physical brick and mortar JCPenney up here in Hoth. We do. Crazy, huh? And they're online. Who knew? So the doctor has confirmed that my bed is not healthy for me because it is so firm and because I wake up and everything hurts all the time. So, Mom had a 50% off coupon and she hooked me up with a mattress topper, which arrived today. And she said, I'm not going to wrap it. I'm like, good, don't waste the paper. Do you know what's in it? I'm like, is it squishy? She said, yes. I said, okay, good. Then I know what it is. Yay. So, yeah, a little bit earlier, I went and put that on my bed. Fire extinguisher. Yes, good job, Hef. Not just the fire putter outer thing. I'm glad that you remembered the word. Good for you. I've had those days. You know, it's a thing. It's a box. It's a big metal box. It's in the kitchen. You use it to make your food warm and not diseasey. You mean an oven? Yes, that. You know, sometimes the words escape me. I have referred to the aquarium that we have here as a fish zoo because I couldn't remember the word aquarium. And I was talking to not actually my kid, but actually my kid. And I'm like, yeah, they went over to the fucking thing, the fish zoo. And then she fell out of her bed because she was laughing so hard. And we were on Marco Polo at the time, so I got to see it happen because she triggered the button before she fell out of her bed because she was laughing so hard, and she could not speak, and she could barely breathe, and it was the fish zoo. So, yeah. So I put that on my bed. That's the poof. Right? That's what hey, Kimberly. Yeah, that's what we call it from now on. We've called it the fish zoo ever since. That's what aquariums are. They are the fish zoo because I mean, really, am I wrong? It's a fish zoo. And anyway, when I woke up today and I went shambling up the stairs after rummaging around in my texts and my Facebook messages and reading a little bit more in my book, and I went upstairs and Mom said, "You hungry?" And because I had been sitting in bed for like an hour after I had woken up, I actually kind of was. So I said, yeah, I could nibble. Nismukbunk. It's a fish zoo. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Are you trying to do the electric slide, Hef? I think you're trying to do the electric slide. I usually do that with narcolepsy. You can't feel it. Narcoleptic. Boogie woogie. Yeah. Yeah. That's usually how I do the electric slide because I don't actually know how to dance the electric slide, but not actually my kid, but actually my kid. Yeah, I know. I just got to find another way, love it, to pronounce it. Namkbunk. Bunk. Yeah, no, I got to find another way. Absolutely. 100%. I will cop to that every single day of the world. Anyway, so Mom asked if I was hungry, and I said I could nibble. She said, "We were thinking about going to Sammy's." This broadcast is not sponsored by Sammy's Pizza. I can do, okay, Hef, you can get down on the slide. I can do the Cupid Shuffle. I can rock some Cupid Shuffle, but I can't do, I still don't know the electric slide. I get confused. I get tangled up. But Mom said we were going to Sammy's. Your daughter works at Sammy's. Oh my God, the Sammy's up in Nice. Sammy's is bomb. Sammy's is no joke, man. That's some good damn pizza. So we went there. My stepdad got a burger. And we were trying to decide, Mom and I, what to get on our pizza. And we talked about what our usuals were. And then I looked at the menu and I'm like, wow, I haven't had taco pizza in a long damn time. She decided out of nowhere that we were just going to get a taco pizza, the two of us, and we were going to split it. And she had never had taco pizza. But she was willing to go for it. So we had taco pizza. And it was freaking amazing. Hadn't had it in ages. I know I'm keto. I don't have the crust, y'all. I just take all the guts off the top of the pizza. So I ate the hell out of that taco pizza. We both did. We brought like this much home. And they Chicago cut it into little squares. So this much isn't actually very much pizza left over from a 14-inch. Taco pizza. Why do I always talk about food you've never heard of? I don't know. I don't know. Love it. I really couldn't tell you. Kim's got the frozen breakfast pizza to go only. It's yummy. Yeah. Yeah, because they're not open early enough to be able to serve that shit. Food here is different. Yep. Yep. Because nobody knows from pasties, right? I don't even know how to say the first word correctly. So if you could give me some kind of a phonetic breakdown on that, because I know that it doesn't look like it doesn't sound like it looks. Hey, Kelly BC, good to see you. But pasties, nobody knows from fucking pasties. They always think I mean the things you stick to your nipples. And that's not the case. Because the things that you stick to your nipples, I don't want to pour gravy over them and eat them. But let me get to the taco pizza. Okay? Taco pizza. Basically, it's a pizza, right? You got the crust. Love it. You get the cheese on there, and Sammy's puts their cheese down on the bottom of the crust, right? So you get like an extra layer of cheese. They don't mess around when it comes to cheese. Sauce, but it's different. It's different for the taco pizza. And then they put taco meat on it, and then more cheese, and they bake that bitch. And when they bring it out, they put fresh lettuce and tomatoes all over it, and they serve it with sour cream and taco sauce that you can put on yourself. Taco pizza. You can have it with or without onions. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Even better in my opinion, because the tomatoes are fresh and they are cold, as opposed to, I mean, you don't want to bake the lettuce because that's just going to make it gross and brown and wilty and disgusting. They don't bake the tomatoes either. So you've got fresh lettuce and fresh tomatoes. I mean, it's chingaderos. It is white people tacos. 100%. And then by throwing it on a pizza, it makes it even more white people. But delicious nonetheless. And then you put taco sauce and sour cream wherever you want it, and you stuff your face. And we did. We sure did. And it was fantastic. So after whatever time I spent in bed, I'm like, she said we were going to Sammy's. I'm like, well, if you're going to talk dirty like that, let me go back downstairs and put some pants on. Sounds like sort of a tostada pizza. Yeah, kind of. Only with a lot more cheese than a standard tostada. But delicious. Absolutely delicious. Amaze balls. Yes, it is. It's so good. Been watching all of Doug's previous interviews with HG, but we'll stop posting until you catch up. Whenever you get here, girl, no problem. We're here for you. So that was the pizza portion. Told you about the poof portion of my day. I didn't tell you about the package portion. Yes, cheese does rule. Absolutely. The package portion of my day, somebody's going to recognize this because somebody sent it to me. I'm not going to unbox the whole thing, but I do have to show you guys that somebody took pains to make this possibly one of the most adorable packages I have ever seen. in my life. It's so cute. I have to stick this back together so it doesn't unravel. You guys, look at all the stickers on this little box. I got rainbows and unicorns. And that's upside down. I believe in unicorns. Oh, yeah, it's also backwards. I do a little bit. I say potitza. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Potitza. Wow, it's got the teats in the middle of it. Say H like an English person. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Part of that is conditioning. Part of that is the fact that I have sympathetic accent. And part of it is because my last name is Lancaster. I'm a direct descendant of the House of Lancaster. So, I'm majority English with Irish, Scots, and French. I've been at war with myself forever. A little bit of Welsh in there. Who was it? My grandfather's cousin was a scribe for the royal family. So, I mean, basically, I am an English person. I just am here in the US, but it's not my fault. All right, I see this. The night is complete. Have got her tits out. Absolutely. Kim is telling me I have a cute box. That's what he said. Yeah. I got the cutest little package in the mail today, and I am swooning over it. And I opened it up in the pizza place because we picked up our mail on our way out of the house. And the mail doesn't get here until like 5:30 at night right now. But I you know who you are. Thank you so much. I am so gonna get you back. I don't even remember what I'm supposed to get you back with, but I'm gonna. All of your family is British, but you didn't pick the H thing up. I picked it up actually from Mr. Tudor. And there were a number of other places that I had heard it before, mostly in music artists that I'd listened to in the past, but also I've heard it spoken a lot. And so yeah, I understand why you would get that impression. Whoa, trying to find the trash can. That I say H instead of H. I also say Z instead of Z. It just makes sense to me. You're outing yourself. I don't like it. I love it. I love it. You're adorable, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. You're a freaking princess? Descendant from the ancient king, kneel of the 9 hostages. Bow to me, peasants, as it should be. That's right. We should all bow. We bow to you. Kim, family with Philomena Lee from Ireland. There was a book and movie about her. I got to see behind the scenes Oscar picks. Ooh. That's awesome. Do you also get dual citizenship? I need to do some research to find out if I can get dual citizenship anywhere. I don't know. See, people are bowing half. I'm not really sure how far back it or how recent it needs to be in order for me to get dual citizenship for either UK, Ireland, Scotland, or Wales. Well, no, Scotland and Wales, I think, are still in the UK. I can't remember. The whole Brexit thing has got me all fucked up. But either way, I'm really hoping that I can do the research enough that somebody can get me dual citizenship. So then I can have more passports. I can have 2 legally, and that'll be fucking awesome. Because that'll really be able to expand the places that I can go. Plus, not gonna lie, gonna feel like kind of a secret agent if I have more than 1 passport. They'll both be in the same name. I know. Shut up. Let me have my dream. Have your grandfather was from Scotland. You'd love to have dual. You might be able to do it. If it was your grandfather, I think that counts. I know it counts for Ireland. Look into it. Look into it. Oh, for Christ's sake, love it. You have dual citizenship, Canada and US, utterly useless dual. Not utterly. That Canadian citizenship can be good for something. Seriously. You've done your genealogy back to the 1300s. Liverton, Scotland is where you came from. Very nice. Very nice. Mom says that she used to have a piece of the tartan from our family. I don't even know what it is. But we also have a copy of the Chronicles, which is a book that's, I swear to God, it's like this thick. It's tremendous, and I can feel the print on my hands, under my fingers when I touch it. And it's written in Middle English, and that takes our family line back. That's us. He spoke 3 languages with a Scottish accent. I bet it was hilarious. That sounded amazing. Amanda Beaumont, you have both British and U.S. birth certificates. You're registered at the British Embassy when you were born. Great. So you can get passports for both countries. And you've been living in New Zealand for how long? Good evening, Mr. Crow. Hi, good to see you. Does that mean you can get passports from 3 countries? Or do you have to renounce one of your citizenships? Can you just collect them all like trading cards? Fuck. Pup groomer. I'm mostly Scottish Italian. Hubby is mostly Dutch Puerto Rican. Girls came out fair-skinned, hazel eyes, and redheads. You are so screwed. Yep. 100% you are. I ain't even here to lie to you. Yeah, you a mess. You a mess right now. Gorgeous and attitude. You're in trouble. Cheers to you. Love it. You want a European citizenship? I can understand why. You can go a lot of places with a European citizenship that they won't let a lot of us Americans go. Because Americans have a really bad reputation for travelers. Do you guys all have passports? Tell me you all have passports. If you don't have passports, tell me why. That's the question that I'm going to be putting up on my travel page, on my business page. Probably within the next couple of days. once I can get motivated to do something. Okay, that makes sense. 16 years in New Zealand resident. As I understand it, blood rights to UK, soil rights to US. If I want to get New Zealand, US will make me give it up. Yeah, because the US are a bunch of petty bitches. Of course they would. Love it has 2 passports. Retired red, never been to another country. Yeah, something to do with choosing another, renouncing a country. Yeah, I get it. Didn't renew it and need to see what to do about to get another one. It's not that difficult, actually. Kim, uh, how long has it been expired? How long has your passport been expired? You actually, if it's been expired for less than X amount of time, you can actually still renew it and just pay the renewal cost. If it's been over a certain amount of time, then you have to do a brand new one. Well, I mean, that's fair for you, pub groomer. Never had the desire to leave to the States. You don't travel well, had a hard enough time going to Vegas, which is only a 4-hour drive. I get that. It's been over 5 years, Kim. Okay, then you're probably going to have to apply for a new one. You have an enhanced driver's license. Good for you. That's only going to get you across, if it'll get you across at all, might get you across Canadian border. If you get the passport card, which costs less from what I understand, it'll get you on land borders across both the northern and the southern border from the US. So you can get Canada, you can get Mexico. You need a passport book if you want to go anywhere else. Granted, if you go on a cruise that both originates and terminates in the US, you can use your driver's license and your birth certificate because you need those things for proof of citizenship. I don't think I did see your tweets, Mr. Crow. But also I'm not Chow Yun Smut on the Twitters. I'm DJ Tidy Whitey on the Twitters. So, are you Mr. Crow on the Twitters? Let us know what your Twitter shitter zitter, whatever the hell it's called right now, name is. Yeah, so but the problem is that you can get on that cruise with a driver's license and a birth certificate. However, if something happens in any of the ports of call and you need to be repatriated, in a means that is other than via the ship, like say by medevac or by flight because something happened and everybody had to be offloaded, in a foreign port, even if it's the British Virgin Islands, even if it's Cozumel, that's still a foreign country, technically. And you want to have that passport. And the book, not the card. The card is only good for land crossings. So driving or walking across the borders. So what I would say, get your passport. Get your passport. Get it renewed or get it if you haven't had one for the first time. I urge everybody to have a passport. It is the most important single item that I own. And And I love having it. And I love being ready to go. If somebody shows up with tickets and said, "Hey, get dressed, fucker. We're going on an adventure. Grab your passport." I am going to be ready. So get your passport, y'all. That's the big PSA that I have for tonight. Please get your passport. Your daughters do, but not you. Get your passport. Also, it's one of the best pieces of ID. Because, like, when you're applying for a job, when you're filling out forms, when you're doing this, they're like, oh, we either need 2 pieces of ID from this column or 1 piece of ID from this column. And it's always like, do you have a passport? That's all you fucking need. So, yeah, get it. Get it. Makes life so much easier when you have to travel. You're ready for more, and you've always wanted to take a cruise. And Kim, I swear to God, I am trying, between me and Gur Roar, we are trying to put something together so that we can finally get an SPs at Sea cruise going. Gur Roar is having a difficult day today, so I don't expect to see him in here. But how often do they renew? Every 10 years. You get a passport, you're good for 10 years. So yeah, we're trying to get an SP cruise together. Let's make it happen. And the more of you that have passports, by the time we make it happen, the fewer of you I'll have to hassle about documents when the time comes to book that shit. So yeah. Yes, I believe so. Love it. Judging from the cues that I've taken from the chat. Yes. Yes. Or at least identifies as such. So, squeamish about talk of vaginas and rodeo appointments and such like, etc. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. I'm fairly certain that if not identified at birth, then certainly identifies that way now. Oh, I'll have to take care of my warrant though by then, huh? Yeah, you might want to. Oh, was Hux on tonight? I didn't see him. Honestly, I've been away from the computer. I logged on and opened up the laptop probably about an hour before I went live. But he is a delightful human. All right, Mr. Crow, the statement is also addressed to the viewers and supporters. Feel free to comment on the tweets. Let me know what you think. That's all. Okay. But honey, we still need to know what your handle is on there. Are you Mr. Crow on there? Because I'm going to take a look and see what you have to say. Oh, not Reese's boy, Maryland's. Oh my God. I'm a dipshit. I'm a dipshit. Yeah, you meant Maryland's boy, not Reese's. I didn't see it. I didn't see it because usually Maryland is on early and I don't do that. I don't do mornings. I fall asleep right around the time the sun comes up. And I tend to get, I have to see he serenaded you. All right. I'll look. It's from her live from today, from this morning. I'll take a look. I'll find it. I'll hunt it down. Oh, it was tonight. Somebody send me a link. Somebody email me a link. You guys know how to reach me. I would love to see that. I would love to see. Sorry, guys, I have to fix my sock. You ever get it when your sock gets all twisted around and so your heel is like on the front of your ankle and everything's all jacked up with your toes? Yeah. Oh, archive and statement. I've been tagged in. Okay. I'm writing that down right now. Hera Kraka. All right. I'll check it out. Thank you, Mr. Crow. All right. Somebody else email me a link this evening. He got tons of super chats too. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad to see it. That's fantastic. Can somebody else send it to me that isn't Love It? She's avoiding a caller. Her phone is off. We've all been there, right? Well, I'm glad that he got tons of super chats. That's amazing. Cheers to that. Or Xeno Marlene or something. Whatever. I'm not doing a you got me, Hef. Thank you. I'm not doing a 4-hour stream tonight like I did last night. Can't do it. Can't do it. Awesome. Thanks, Hef. That was kind of a marathon last night, and I did not. I mean, the time flies, man. It goes so fast when I'm hanging out. And, you know, Reese mentioned it the other day, and I totally get it. Like, it just happens. And then I look up and I'm like, how the fuck have we been, like, how have we been babbling this long at each other? And it's just us, right? It flew by, Red. It totally did. And I don't understand how it happens. I don't get it, except for the fact that we're here and we're having a good time and we kind of need. Nope, I got it, pup groomer. Thank you. Yeah, we kind of need that. We need that space at the end of the day or the middle of the night or whenever the fuck it is where you are. It's early morning in the UK. But we do need that. And if it means that I'm here babbling to a chat room and you guys are all talking to me, then I don't feel so alone. And maybe you don't feel so alone. And we all feel seen and we all kind of hold each other up and hatch schemes and plot plans and do our thing. And I like it. And I like the community. It's almost midnight in California. That's right. But you're a night owl. Same here. Same here, Red. Amanda, you're thinking you need a bit of a break today or just in general? Take what you need, babe. Take care of yourself. You got it. Yep. Have got me. Have got me. Thanks, pup groomer. 3 a.m. in your neck of the woods. Okay, it's only almost 2 here. Not from me, from SM. Just need to sew and knit and cuddle your kitties and get ready for Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. Little break from the socials. Don't blame ya. Don't blame you. Like I said, this time of year, man, if I had my way, if I had my druthers, I'd be hiding under my bed from the day before Thanksgiving until like January 2nd, 1st or 2nd. I don't want to deal with any of it. I've worked in retail for too long. There's been too much family fuckery going on in my life. Too much other fuckery going on in my life. I just want to hide during the holidays. And I have done for a long time. I just want to hide under the table. I'm not really allowed to do that, but I fucking want to, so I understand. Wait. This is what I meant to show. Nice comfy spot after a day of modding. Yeah, because you're a busy woman, Ms. Red. And I'm glad to have you here. Totally glad to have you here. Because you do keep busy. They're keeping you on your toes, no doubt. Vampire, not a night owl. I started referring myself as a night crawler when I was working the graveyard shift. Somebody used that phrase, and I'm like, yeah, that works. And I just haven't given it up. I'd hibernate until March. Fair. That's fair. I'm actually in the process of reducing my fat layer, not increasing it so that I could hibernate in theory until March. But, oh man, do I get that sentiment. Natural seriously. Short cycle sleeper. Say that shit 5 times fast. I sleep 2 to 2.5 hours non-consecutive naps per 24 hours. You have 5 extra days per month. God damn, woman. Okay. Well, rock on with your bad self. Good for you. I'm a raging insomniac. So when I finally get to sleep, it's a freaking miracle. Once I do, I sleep, especially now that I've got different meds. But for a while, the sleep I was getting was very thin and awful. And a lot of that was because I was kind of conditioned to be not quite hypervigilant, but close. So, yeah, the menopause schedule for sure. For sure. LOL. Busy keeping my mouth shut. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. The biting of the tongue is a skill that we develop as mods. For sure. Very thankful for all of you and probably won't completely dark, just gonna limit. Yeah, you know what? Just even if you just limit and you just let us know, hey, you know what? I need to take a step back. That's cool because we're all gonna get it. We understand. Just, ping one of us every once in a while to let us know that you're okay. And that's all we really want, because I think recently we've seen what will happen if you go completely dark. Somebody's going to go psychotic and send the police around to your house. So how about we don't scare the crap out of each other? Guess what? Chicken butt? That'll be my first guess. Chicken butt. Hey, Soph. Soph just got here. Nice to see you, Soph. Miss Sunrise Dawn. has arrived. Good to see you in North Georgia. Very nice. You get the hypervigilance, Kimberly. Developed a habit from decades in a bad neighborhood alone with kids. Yeah, I developed it. I had developed it previously, but I honed it over a few months in the summer when I was taking care of a friend of mine, a friend of a friend who eventually became a friend of mine who had had a stroke. And when he finally came home from the rehab facility, I was the only able-bodied person in the house. So if he needed something in the middle of the night, anything from he had dropped the remote for the bed to he needed an emesis basin because he was going to throw up to anything else, he would holler for me and I was in the other room. So I needed to be not so deeply asleep that I could actually wake up and respond to what he needed. So yeah, that happened. Sophie will come and get you. Yes, that's absolutely right, Amanda Beaumont. If you drop off the radar and you go radio silent, Sophie's going to come get you. She's going to come find you. Soph just made a video about Doug, but it's only on your phone. Well, are you going to upload it or what? Artsy tartsy, keyboard warrior. Good to see you from Jax. Very nice. Very nice. Glad to have you here. Look at all these lovely people. Oh my God, that's right. Happy birthday. Love it. Happy birthday. Congratulations on the anniversary of your womb decanting. Oh my goodness, I'm so backed up. There we go. You don't know you just did it? Okay, well, figure it out. That's what we're all doing. First, I actually think you think the bronchitis is going away, Kim? Good for you. Bronchitis is a biatch. Amazing. Look at Philosophy's baking cakes. Everybody's saying happy birthday. Yay, birthday, love it. Ooh, girl, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Yes. Yes, incredibly light sleeper as a kid. I swear I could have blinked in the next room and woke her up. That feel. I know it. My mom was the same way. She's getting a little bit better now. And now I'm the light sleeper who hears everything. She doesn't have the bat hearing. I have the bat hearing instead, so I hear everything, which is great in the middle of the night. It's delightful. This is becoming a wonderful addiction for you. Aw, thank you. Well, we're happy to have you here. We get a little bit addicted to having you. You sleep so heavily, you've slept through an earthquake. You know, I lived in LA for 5 years. I've actually slept, just not a whole lot of them and not very big ones. We got away with nothing as kids. I got away with some stuff, especially after we figured out that mom talked in her sleep and didn't remember the conversations the next morning. That was interesting. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome Artsy Tartsy. Welcome Soph. Welcome Miss Sunrise Dawn. Cheers to y'all. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you. Yeah, so that's really, and I mean, I'm not trying to wrap things up like hella early. We've only been going for an hour, and last night we went for 4. Bat hearing? Ooh, me too. Once the neighbors were blowing a dog whistle, and I went outside to see what the noise was. Nice. And did you have a snappy comeback for when they say they were blowing a dog whistle? Because, I mean, the possibilities there are freaking endless. Cheers to all. Thank you very much, Kim. I love seeing all these happy people in the chat. Yes, Soph, Hef got her boobs out within the first 15 minutes. We know how to party. Ain't no party like a chow yum party, because a chow yum party get the tits out. Yep. Aw, you subbed for me. Thanks, Red. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm not trying to be a clout goblin. You guys know me. But, you know, you hit the like. It helps with algorithm. And if you hit the subscribe button, it helps my petty ass. Oh, fuck. That's rough. Had my YouTube set on autoplay, and just earlier I was listening but not watching. Video ended and one of Doug's videos popped up. Kind of hurt to hear his voice unexpectedly. No shit. Yeah, that's rough. No, that's rough. I was down for 10 days. This feels great. You're speaking out loud again. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, bronchitis is a bitch. My sister used to get it all the time. You feel human. Hooray! Now you're singing the Peaches song. What else is in the Teaches of Peaches? Huh. What? Right on. Girl, yes. Sorry, didn't mean to bring the chat down, but you knew y'all would get it. Yeah, we absolutely got it. I did not see Aaron's live about Scientology audit. I have a little bit of a challenge with the screaming that the guy does. I get that he's yelling at security guards, but when he's yelling at actual cult members, sometimes what he's yelling isn't helpful. It's not going to be helpful to them to get out. It's not going to be helpful to see that people out here actually want to see them and want them to succeed. Aaron almost cried. Interesting. Well, I'll have to check it out. Oh, it was about William's son. Okay. All right. So one assumes that he has inspiration to be doing what he's doing. Not that one, Chow. Not that one. Not the one about the Teaches of Peaches. Sucking on my titties like you wanna be calling me all the time like Blondie. Check out this crazy behind, I'm fine all of the time. What else is in the teachers of peaches? Yeah, it's the same song. Fuck the pain away. Yeah. Bull baiting to the max. Yeah, definitely. Support the goal, but I can't watch it for too long due to the yelling and general negative atmosphere. Yep. Yep. Like, if he wants to go after the security guards, man, that's one thing, but when he's going to the people, um, who are actively in the cult, I don't feel like the yelling accomplishes a whole lot. I stay sub to him because I support him trying to shut Scientology down, but can't watch him for long. Don't like the body shaming he does. Oh, okay. All right. Fair. Have I seen the video of that Peaches song to Miss Piggy? I have not, but I would like to. What's the song name? You're going to love this. It's called Fuck the Pain Away. That's the song name, and it's by Peaches. Yelling at people only alienates them. Yeah, and it reinforces the negative opinion of the outside world. I won't use the W word, but it reinforces the negative opinion of the outside world that people who have been indoctrinated already have. So, um, I applaud his motivation. I'm not necessarily sure that I can get behind 100% behind his method. That's not, um I'm not condemning his mission. I'm just saying that, perhaps the method could be refined a little bit. And again, if he wants to take on the fucking security guards, I couldn't give a tin damn about the security guards, but those security guards have been around for a long time, and they've seen a lot of shit, and chances are they're just as indoctrinated. So they're still going to be resistant, but yelling at people who are already in the cult is just going to give him bad impression of what everyone out here is all about. Everyone outside of the bubble, everyone outside of the Truman Show. Um, and we need to let them know that if they come out here, they're not going to be consistently inundated with people screaming at them. So it's challenging. It's challenging. Flip the coin. It's also exactly what they're used to, unfortunately. Yeah, it is. But maybe if we can show them a more tolerant, calmer, more rational way of being, maybe they won't feel like they're jumping from the frying pan into the fire, you know? So many distractions from the goals. Activism looks very challenging. It is. It is. And I wish that I could say differently, but it's challenging no matter what you're being activist for. It is very challenging. There's a lot of careful steps to be made, and there's a lot of calculation to be made before you make any of those steps. And that's what activism is about. I need to see what the one guard said about his dead son. I'm not sure that I do need to see that because I'm sure it's disgusting. Some of those he's yelling at are just kids, probably 16, 17-ish. Yeah, yeah, and they probably signed into Sea Org when they were, friggin' 9. So, there's no right way to protest this one at all because all the levels are treated so differently. Yeah, to a point, Jen. To a point, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, the kids got yelled at just as much as the adults did. I think the only difference is just the level of indoctrination and the amount of CalMag that you have to drink daily. Kids get more of that shit than the adults do. Stand by, BRB. Okay, Hef. Standing by. Yelling at people in your you're in a cult ain't going to get them out. It's going to push them back in. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, my lovelies, my boys are demanding kisses and hugs. See y'all next time. Please give kisses and hugs to Tobias and Sebastian for us. Extra scritches for the boys. I think the yelling could be more effective than being reasonable because they're so dissociated. You never know what will get through and how. Yeah, but you know what? They are dissociated, and when they've gotten to that point, the yelling can kind of become white noise. And it's, oh, wow, I'm tired. It's easy to tune out the yelling when you hear the yelling often enough. Or it's easy to be triggered into more disassociation when you hear the yelling enough, depending on how you react to it. For me, hearing a man in particular yelling at me, that's going to set me off. That's going to trigger me like nothing else, and I am going to shut down. So, I think it really varies. Good morning, Maya. Maya in Art Supply Hoarderland. Good morning. Good morning, Maya. We're happy to have you here. Okay, what's CalMag? CalMag is a disgusting drink that they mix up using calcium and magnesium powder and some other nasty shit. Doesn't taste real good. And it was basically the closest thing to Kool-Aid that any of the kids got at the ranches. They had to drink a lot of fucking CalMag. And that's what they call it is CalMag because it's calcium and magnesium. You also have to drink a lot of that shit when you're doing the I think when you're doing the Purif, they make you drink CalMag. But the kids at the ranches had to drink that shit consistently, and it's gross. It's also disgustingly tragic. How does that song go? All we need is love. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes love is not enough, apparently. You're back already, Slowpoke? All right. I see you, jerk. Celebs aren't being treated like SO kids aren't being treated like kids. The typical 12-year-old thinks they're grown. That's how they're treated. Honey, the typical 9-year-old is treated like they're grown. SO kids don't get treated like normal kids. Celebs get treated completely differently amongst themselves. Maybe they could stand some shouting at. the kids get shouted at all the fucking time. And so I'm certain that they become completely inured to it at some point. They're used to being shouted at. Why wouldn't they tune out except to hear, actual instructions that are going to affect their lives? All right, the cat is up to some kind of fuckery in the kitchen, and I don't know what it is, but I'm assuming that it's Jake because it's always fucking Jake. The yelling will increase stress hormones and cause more dissociation. Yes, precisely. When we got here. Aw. Been binge watching your channel for a couple of days. Fun to catch live. Aw. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you're here. That makes me so happy. I didn't realize that I had enough content to binge watch, or that I was interesting enough to binge watch. I'm going to blame it all on my chat because it's all about the people who join me who make me interesting. I'm pretty sure of that, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think he only shows them the outside world is indeed hostile. Yeah. Love it is saying, you've never been bull baited, just saying it may be one effective way for some. That's true. But the other thing about bull baiting is to get you to completely cease having reaction. That's what bull baiting is for, is to get you to stop reacting, which means that if somebody's yelling at you, you're going to respond as your programming has told you to respond, which is not react. Because that's why bull baiting is there in the first place. So it may be one effective way for some. For some for whom the bull baiting, they just found a way to get past it without actually absorbing all of that indoctrination. But I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not here to, condone or condemn. The pure, if they take a shit ton of niacin, yes, they do. He should go yell at Tom Cruise. Everybody should go yell at Tom Cruise. Shit weasel. You're getting kind of addicted too, Kimberly? Aw, you're the cutest. Yeah, my lives are long, and I don't mean them like I was saying earlier, Soph, I don't mean for them to go like fucking 4 hours. I have no clue how it happens. It just happens. It's because you guys keep me talking. You keep me so fascinated, and I don't want to leave you. End game is to make a big enough problem for Miss Cabbage and Cult of Scientology that it gets shut down completely. Can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. It is unfortunate, but war is war. Yeah. I just wish that the eggs weren't teenagers. And kids that were younger than teenagers. I wish that the eggs were adults. I guess that's where I feel. Your lives are so long that it takes a while to get through it all. Yeah, no shit. And I'm sorry, Maya, but I really don't mean for them to go this long. But sometimes we just blather, man. I love to listen to you chit chat with your friends, and living in Norway, you rarely catch lives in the US. Right on. What time is it in Norway right now? Okay, back in 5, guys. All right, thanks, Soph. Yeah, let me know what time it is in Norway. I've been trying to find a way to get to Norway. I wanna take the Hurtigruten, uh, from, shit, now I can't remember the ports. Not Oslo. But anyway, I wanna go on Hurtigruten. Um, it's 9:25 AM. Alright, lovely. Yeah. Um, alright, Mr. Crow, what are you saying? You see, there have been a couple of link clicks. Let me know if you have questions regarding the archive, and if you can, please let me know if you've got it so you can release the project. What does release the project mean, sir? And have you been in touch with Marisa? I think you've been in touch with Marisa. She's a better custodian than I am, but I will take a look. Um, you agree and you wish the parents wouldn't let them sign up, but they do. Are you kidding? They fucking encourage it. They encourage it. Sterling was talking about he was like 9 years old when he signed his Sea Org contract and he got McDonald's out of the deal. So he was super excited. Oh, purge it off your disk and formally hand it off. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Crow. I'll take a look. The links, the clicks on the link haven't been mine because I've been sitting here babbling at people. And I'm not real good at multitasking. I don't think anybody truly is, but some people fake it better than others. Completing the project on your end is how you should have worded that. Apologies. Well, you know what? You're a technical a technical corvid, and therefore you speak in technical corvid language. Ah, you live in Tromsø. Nice. Nice, Maya. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do the coastal from what is it? I know you can start in Oslo, but there's another place that you can start and you go all the way up to Kirkenes. And then back down. And I totally want to do that. I want to do that terribly. Bergen. Yes, Bergen to Kirkenes. And I want to do that. I want to get some people to go with me. I want to go, and I'm a travel advisor, so that's kind of what I do, and I've been trying to get people interested in that. So I can pack my knitting and go and check it out. Haven't got there yet, but fingers crossed that I can get some clients who want to go, because I really, really want to check that out. I'm not about the cold. I'm not about the snow. I live in northern Minnesota. I am surrounded by people of Scandinavian descent. But you know what? The possibility of seeing the northern lights so brilliantly and so clear, as opposed to as muted as they are here. I mean, I see them here, but they're muted. And I wanna go. I wanna go so badly. So if anybody wants to do an expedition cruise to Norway, or in Norway rather, hit me up. We can see amazing northern lights and possibly whales, and we can go and visit Maya in Tromsø, and let's go. Get your passports, y'all. Let's go. Let's do the thing. There's no dress code on Hertegruten. You don't have to deal with being fancy as shit. Let's go. I want to go them. You've yet to see them. They're amazing. They're absolutely stunning. And from what I understand, when you see them from Norway, especially when you're north of the Arctic Circle, it's it'll slap your brain right out of your head. You knew a lady in Landmark who had a baby and immediately signed him up to do the kids for him when he was old enough, which is, I think, 6. She signed up her infant 6 years in advance. See, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Norway sounds so cool, but you just can't. I'm curious as to why not, Kimberly. Tell me. Let me know. I'll show up on the port. Hell yes. Girl, if you keep an eye on this feed, I promise you that if I wind up booking myself on that ship, on any of their ships, I will tell you. I will make mention of it on this channel. You've lived here your whole life and the Northern Lights still amazes you. Yeah, I bet it does. I bet it does. And I would love to meet you in the port. I think it would be amazing. I will absolutely be letting people know up in this bitch because there's no way that I'm going to get signed up and booked to go there and have that experience and not be telling the entire world. Yeah, Norway cold. But you know what? Norway has seasons just like we do. Norway not always cold. Norway has a summer. Right, Maya? Can you bring your sugar daddy? You're broke. You know what? If he paying, he can pay for the both of you. And then, yes, please, by all means. Just don't make me throw him overboard to the whales. It makes me sick that she did that. Yeah, I hear you. Can't afford world travel, but it looks cool. I hope everybody has fun though. Take lots of pics. I would love to get a group to go on there, but I would love to even just get a couple people on there. Honey, right now I can't even afford my phone bill, so I understand. I understand because I've been trying to hustle for clients and I'm not getting them. So you would have to find a sponsor. You live on disability. I understand. I understand. Yeah. I'm operating on like a shoestring budget right now. So, yeah, I've got next to nothing in the bank. So I hear you. And I've lived on disability before when I tore my rotator cuff. So yeah, I know that life too. And it blows. Yellow corn, white corn, or blue corn. You can only pick one. How about no corn? Because it's too carby for me. Anybody else wants corn? Comment over here in the chat. Because no corn for me. Too carby. We need to have a fundraiser. Okay. All right. I'm cool with that. I doubt anybody's going to have a chat-a-thon for us, but yes, we have summer and midnight sun. Yeah. And honestly, I could get behind it being like kind of twilighty all the time. Cuz I'm not huge on like bright sunlight all the time. Don't like it. I hide from the sun. If it weren't for the fact that my parents are landlords, we'd be homeless. I totally get being broke. Yeah, I live with my folks, y'all. Blue corn because it's non-GMO. Yeah. We could auction off all our art and knitting and stuff. Okay. All right. This woman is out of control. Hef, I swear to God. But if I could convince him, I'd go alone and get some Norwegian strange while I'm there. I'm not, I don't know. How slutty are the Norwegian men, Maya? I guess you're going to have to fill me in. What are you going to auction off? I don't know. What can you make that isn't, in your pants? You're going to auction off titty photos. Norwegian strange sounds like a strain of weed. Boy, you ain't wrong about that. Tell my mom they could evict us, but we're moving in with them. She says, no, thanks. Okay, smart. Hef, the boobs. Yep. Titty photos. Love. Hef can make love. Sold a titty video for $50 once. Okay. You know what? I swear to God, I need to leave my feet alone and go get a petty. Maybe I could auction off some feet photos. Put up an only feet account. People are always about feet. And the ones who are about it are like really about it. And I mean, okay. Whatever works for you, man. Whatever flutters your shutters, as my neighbor so recently said. I'm like, flutters your shutters? Why does that sound like a queef? You've got Morton toes. Maybe you should do feet photos? Yes, you should. Mr. Crow says feet are gross. You are not the only person I know who thinks that. Actually, I know a number of people who feel the same way. And yet, the people who are about it, Mr. Crow. And trust me, I used to sell sex toys for a living. People who are into it are into it. Your friend calls them mommy milkers. Okay, that's just gross. That's just childish and gross. Do better, Hef's friend. You can bet there are some people with strange fetishes and they pay well. Yep. Yep. If you go out for late night drinks, I can bet anyone, you bet anyone can find a slutty dude. Yes, and you spelled that correctly. I see the question mark there. Yes, you spelled that correctly, Maya. Well done. I mean, you know what? Anywhere you go, you can find slutty dudes for sure. I just wasn't sure what the Norwegian culture was all about. Problem is, picking up the Norwegian strange, if you're on a ship, on like an expedition ship, going up the coast of Norway and into like the Arctic Circle and Svalbard and everything else, you're going to have to make sure that you get back to the ship on time because they will leave your ass there. I am missing some good shit. It's 2023, I believe it. Hey, Brian Lucas. Hey, bro. How you doing? Good to see you. Let me guess, you had to get up to pee? Happy to have you here, man. Worked at Amazon for a few years. The things people will buy never ceases to amaze you. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, not for nothing. I may have a pocket rocket on my wish list, on my Amazon wish list, but I also have one of those 3-barrel curling irons that Reese keeps talking about because I kind of need to make that happen in my life. What I want to know is which one of you sick bastards caused those 3-barrel curling irons to have a massive tag on it that says for external use only. Who did that? Who caused that? Who made that be a thing? It's a crying shame. Hello, BBW here. Big fetish. Yeah, I know. I'm getting less B. I'm still a BW, but I'm getting less B. So I'm only a lowercase b, BW. Love it. You seem horrified. The ship would leave without people? Yeah. If you're not back on the ship by the time that you're supposed to be back on the ship, they got a schedule to keep, man. Especially Hertegruten, because they're hitting specific stops. They're bringing packages. They're bringing mail. They're bringing all kinds of supplies and provisions all up and down the coast of Norway. So they got a schedule to meet. And you're not back on the ship by the time they got to go, they will leave your ass there. And I mean, granted, you could probably, chill out with your Norwegian Strange until they come back down the coast, because they are gonna. But you best make sure you're ready to meet them. And I'm not sure what kind of extra it would cost you. But yeah, they will. You know what? I'll tell you, love it. It happens in the Caribbean all the time. It happens a lot in Mexico, especially in like Cozumel. If you look on YouTube for video of pier runners, you're going to find them. These people who spent way too much time having tequila poured down their throats in Carlos and Charlie's and lost track of time and didn't set their watch to ship time and then kind of ignored what time all aboard was. And you see them staggering and running down the pier as the ship is pulling away. Sometimes their pants fall down. It happens. The only thing on my wish list is a Kindle. How boring. Oh, man. See, mainly I keep my wish list around so that I'm sorry, I have to fix my bangs. I'm a little obsessed. I keep a wish list around halfway as kind of a reminder of things that I come across and I want to pick up. But also, I mean, not going to be mad if people buy it for me. I don't expect anyone to buy it for me, but, again, not mad if it happens. But yeah, I hope you get that Kindle, man. Those things are fucking amazing. I love mine. Miss Sunrise Dawn, I think the strangest thing was the dildo the size of your forearm. Like, what the fuck? Someday I'll tell you the story of how I threatened a man in my shop with a thing that you can look up. It's online, and it's called the Super Duper Dong. It's about that big around. Taller than I can express on this screen. It's big. It's really big, and it's heavy. And I told him that if he didn't stop menacing my female customers like a pervert, that I would have to beat him up with a giant black dick, or I would have to beat him senseless with a big black dick. And oddly enough, he behaved himself after that. Nobody ever expects the porn store manager to be a chick and to be assertive. It was a good time. I was just thinking about using it internally, yeah, on the inside, so I'm glad for the warning. Yeah, the 3-barrel curling iron, not for internal use. For external use only, please don't do that. I know one of you sick bitches tried it. A few years ago, we had a TV show that was broadcasting the Hurtigruten 24 hours a day, Hurtigruten minute by minute. Yeah, and from what I understand, that documentary is actually on YouTube somewhere, and I need to find it because I would be interested in watching that because that's the kind of nerd that I am. Somebody's fessing up. That might have been Hef. The splitter. Yeah, no, mine was the one in my shop was called the Super Duper Dong. You worked in a shop that had a dildo that size in the 70s? Fair. This was in the 2000s. This is in the aughts. The naughty aughties, as 'twere. Yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. That was before I moved out to LA and started working on actual adult movie sets. Oh, honey, you're not the lone sausage here. This ain't a clam bake. This is no hen party. We've got Mr. Brian Lucas here. But we're glad to have you. It's okay, honey. Yeah, we're talking about giant dildos, but we're not talking about necessarily using them on anyone except, as an offensive measure or as a defensive measure, rather. So, you are not the only male here. You do not bring the only male energy. I'm fairly certain that Brian Lucas got up to pee and is probably gonna smoke a bowl while he's up hanging out with us. But if we're a little too estrogenic for you, I understand. But know that you're welcome. Time flies like the wind, but fruit flies like bananas. Yes. Yes, absolutely. That's been a pretty. Yep, you're still here. You're hitting your vape. Okay, rock on. Rock on. You're going to hit your vape. I'll hit mine. Fair's fair. Yeah, you're lost, but that's okay. We talk about everything here. I mean, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't lost half the time. I have no idea what's going on. It's not like I'm the conductor of this fucking tangent train. Way back in the 80s, you worked for 2 weeks at 1-900 number when you lived in SoCal. Oh my god, that had to have been hilarious. That had to have been fucking funny. I kept talking about when I was living in Connecticut and writing reviews for the trade magazine, writing smut reviews. I give pretty good phone, and I kept threatening to get a job doing that. And I'm like, listen, you get a spoon and a jar of mayonnaise. Sounds exactly the way you want it to sound. And if it's a glass jar of mayonnaise, well, you can just say that you have piercings. I don't know. Can make it work. But I'm a bad person and I do bad things. So, it's like stirring the macaroni. It makes that sound. Yeah. I'm the kind of person who would add Foley sound effects to my friggin' phone sex. It was an adventure for this Molly Mormon being out in the wild, being inactive. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was a rude, rude awakening. Mac and cheese. Yep. Right there, bitch. Yes, absolutely. 100%. I'm glad we crack you up, artsy tartsy. Did you go look up Lupo the Butcher, by the way, so you understand what is wrong with me and why I have to roll that R in your name every single time? Something wrong with me. Mm. Sorry, I should have said, stand by for a drink of drink. But yeah, in case you haven't looked it up yet, artsy tartsy. Oh, super sleepy. Okay, sweetheart. Go to sleep. Love it. Sleep sweet. Yeah, Brian, there's something wrong with all of us here, which makes it so right. All right. Artsy tartsy. I've put it in the chat. You should be able to find it just by looking up Lupo the Butcher. But if it has anything like MTV or Liquid Television or anything like that attached, you know that it's the right one. It's just some kind of crappy animation and it's sick and wrong, but it also makes me laugh like nothing else. And yeah, Amanda, we're always still going, of course. This is not going to be a 4-hour stream like last night. We're only at barely, not even quite 2 yet, but soon. Watch it all the way through the credits, Ms. Keyboard Warrior, because it makes me laugh like none other, and it always has. And I'll now go on like chains of cursing that are 100%. If you know Lupo the Butcher, you're gonna look at me and go, I know where you got that. Yeah. So it just kind of happens. I am a child of, I was born in 73. So most of my childhood was spent in the 80s, which means that I was there for the dawn of MTV. And so I was watching all of that shit. And that's where my brain was formed. And that's where all of my pop culture connections were formed. And it's kind of where I'm stuck. So, yeah. Where is she really? She's here, but she's not here. She's been hitting that vape. That's what's happening. And her vape is significantly more potent than mine. Elephant Parts is a great movie. Anyone see it? I have not. I've not even heard of it. Jen did it again. Oops, I did it again. You dozed in your chair. You're going to bed. Oh, baby, baby, oops, gonna try to go live. Sometimes Saturday, about 10 service dogs. I have no idea what just happened to me, but all right. Go to sleep, pup groomer. I'm so sorry that I just did that to your message, but yeah, sleep sweet. I'm so sorry. Rest well, darling. Target 2? I like Target 2. I like to go to Target too. Do you go to Target too? We'll be there. Yeah, well, I'll be there. Yes, 1987 Canadian adult animated short comedy film written by Danny Antonucci. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. Artsy tartsy. Watch it all the way through the credits, and you will understand. Brian, you're only a little bit older than me. Kim, you're not hella older than me. You got 8 years on me. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know how to qualify that. Swears at his meat when things go wrong. Don't all men? Earned itself a cult following. Damn straight. Yeah, watch that shit. It makes me laugh every single time. I ain't saying it's right, but I understand. Yeah, it makes me laugh. 78, 68, 72, 65. We got all kinds of shit going on in here, and I love it. I love it. I love the wide range of things, the range of ages, the range of perspectives. We've got different walks of life. 61 there, retired. Okay. Good for you. Good for you. I don't feel like I'll ever be retired, but, then again, I also kinda don't feel like I'm ever gonna be able to fire up this business again, so that's depressing, and I'm not gonna dwell on it. 68, 62. Almost all of us would have been kids you babysat. Fair. Yep. I can get behind that. All right, my beloveds, we're coming up on 2 hours, and, I kinda need to pee, and we should go. I've talked about a pizza that we had tonight. I talked about the package. I talked about the poof, the new mattress topper, which is on my bed and currently heating up now. Your eldest son was born in 77. You feel ancient in here, but for us, it was the beginning of SNL and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. You were born in 58. Hey, man, I love me some Rocky Horror. I saw Rocky Horror the first time when I was 11, and my life was changed forever. Good night, Brian. Good night, Red. Good night, Kim. Thank you, Red. Good night, Hef. Good night, Artsy Tartsy. That's right. We're not old. We're aging like fine wine. We're aging like cheese. You didn't miss much about the poof, Amanda. I just got mom had a great big coupon for JCPenney's, and so she got me a new mattress topper for the firm as fuck futon that I've been sleeping on. So hopefully that'll make things a little bit more fluffy tonight, I hope. And maybe my body will hurt a little bit less in the morning. Y'all have a lovely weekend. I'll see you soon. Absolutely. I don't know how to schedule things. The internet machine, sometimes its logic evades me, but I'll be seeing you all soon. I'll pop back on here probably tomorrow. It's as addicting for me as it is for y'all. and it's good for me to have people to talk to in the middle of the night when in the middle of the night. No, I'm not going to do that. When everyone else in my house is asleep, except the critters that live in the walls that I hear scampering right now, as a matter of fact. Um, Sleep sweet, everyone. Take care of yourselves. From Santa Monica to Ohio to Arizona to Tromsø, wherever you are, rest well. Have a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.